Okay, so I'm back in Interstate. Townhouse ng tita ko na she's not actually living in it because she's planning to sell it. So, for those who don't know, or just newly subscribed or just watching this video, a few months back, I helped my aunt take pictures of her, old stuff to sell on carousel. And since wala naman tumitira dito sa townhouse nila, we made the extra room downstairs as a storage room for all the items na binibenta sa carousel. The other day, nabalitaan ko pinasukan yung bahay or this particular house. And syempre, worried yung tita ko. Baka may nanakaw or something. Nahuli naman daw yung suspect kasi nabalitaan ko din na 4 houses within the area is also napasukan din. Hindi ko sinisiraan yung mismong townhouse or something. But, hindi pala siya safe. They're just doing their job naman. They have good security and stuff. But apparently, hindi rin pala siya safe. Kasi, isipin mo, isang tao was able to, go into or break into 4 different houses and steal some stuff. My aunt asked me to check up on the items in case there were some stolen. And napapaisip na rin kasi ako. Now, I have a somewhat of a stable job. So, yung oras ko sa carousel or managing the carousel shop is paunti na ng paunti yung time or energy or something like that. Of course, there is still a carousel shop online. But siguro if you want to check it out, there's a link in the description. But I cannot promise anyone who's checking on that page na mabilis ako reply or makaka-operate in terms of like getting the stuff here, packaging them, and then, handling the delivery and stuff.
So yeah, I got back from the townhouse, and I think the best part is nothing happened. I checked everything and wala namang nawala. I actually called my aunt and to give her an update. So, and then she realized na maybe overacting lang yung nagsabi na nanakawan daw or pinasok. And they found out that the window was open. And they called my aunt, they called the guards, and long story short, this whole thing happened. So back to the present, I called my aunt, and she thinks na nag-overacting lang yung dalawang cleaners kasi grabe silang magkwento. Like, naransak daw yung gamit, nagulo yung mga boxes. Luckily, nothing was taken. Nothing was stolen, as far as I know, because I checked every box. And tumagal ako ng ilang oras na nandun ako. And it's actually 8:45 p.m. I went there around 2 p.m. para to do a thorough check of the items sa storage. Yung tita ko kasi mas na-stress sa fact na yung kwento kasi ang OA. And it got me thinking na, tita, why not ibenta na lang to sa ukay-ukay or a reseller who's buying in bulk para mabitawan na namin yung mga gamit. I-let go na natin. Which also got me thinking about letting go. May topic pa rin tayo, guys. You're holding on to something that should not be, noticed anymore. Should not be thought of anymore. That's why people say just move on already. Some people take that negatively because it invalidates what that person was feeling or felt at the time. But sometimes, or most of the time, letting go actually helps. Because if you hold on to that thing, that bad thing that happened to you, you're unable to do or to be you moving forward. Kasi lagi na lang ikaw matitrigger. One example na naisip ko is yung what I experienced before. I got burned out so much in my last job. Last job or last year. I got so burnt out na I resigned. And then for the next 2 to 3 months, hinawakan ko yung trauma or yung burnt out feeling na naramdaman ko. I wasn't able to move on that quickly as much as I wanted to. But recently, sabi ko, okay, it's been a year. I guess that's enough time. Wala na tayong kailangan isipin pa tungkol dun sa nangyari. The things that I remember or felt during that time na na-burnout ako shouldn't affect me anymore moving forward. It's not that in-invalidate ko or it's not that we should invalidate other people's trauma or backstories or lore or whatever you want to call it. I just think the important thing is you need to learn how to move on from some stuff. Because if you carry that, then it's going to be really hard to move forward. Sometimes it takes me a few more years compared to others to learn a certain type of lesson or magbago yung pananaw ko sa buhay. I hope what I said earlier helped someone who's watching this, and I hope your weeks will get better once you learn how to, forgive. There are times someone forgive but don't forget. Because you might have forgiven that person or that thing that happened to you, or you might have forgiven yourself for the things that you did. But don't forget na mali yun. Don't forget na minali ka. Para safe na rin,